Hello guys and welcome to Amulya's Academy YouTube channel. In the previous few tutorials we saw how DFS, that is Depth First Search Traversal algorithm, works. Next, let's see how to implement DFS algorithm in Python programming language. Today in this tutorial we'll write a function for graph traversal operation using DFS algorithm. But before writing the function, you need to be clear with 2 points. One is, here we are representing graph using adjacency list. We are using adjacency list graph representation. That means in the program we are using dictionary to represent the graph. Every node of the graph will be the key in the dictionary like this. And the values of that key is nothing but the list of adjacent node of that key. And the second point is, here we are writing the function using recursion. So we are using recursive approach here. You can write this function using iterative approach also, and we'll discuss about that in the next tutorial. Here we have our program. Here you can see we created a dictionary called graph. It is initially empty. Next, to add nodes and edges to the graph, we are using add node and add edge function. So here we are defining add node and add edge function. This program also contains delete node and delete edge function. To traverse a graph, delete node and delete edge function is not needed. So that's why here I'll remove this. Alright, here by looking at this function we can say we are writing this program using adjacency list representation. That is, we are representing the graph using adjacency list. And also in this program we are writing the function for unweighted undirected graph. Alright, here we need to define a function for DFS traversal algorithm. So I'll take DEF followed by the function name. Here I'll take function name as DFS. Next, in the DFS algorithm, we need to start the traversal operation from the starting node. And you can choose any node of the graph as the starting node, right? So that's why here I'll ask the user to choose the starting node. When we call DFS function, we'll mention the starting node of that graph. For example, if A is the starting node, when I call DFS function, I'll mention the starting node also. So one of the parameter of this function is starting node. Okay, node. You can take any variable name here. This will represent the starting node of the graph from where we need to start the traversal operation. And next, after choosing the starting node, what we need to do? We need to visit the starting node. First step is visit starting node. So after visiting the starting node, I need to choose one of the unvisited adjacent node of A, that is starting node. Here if I take A as the starting node. Next we need to visit the adjacent node of A. So search for the adjacent node of A, and in that we need to visit the unvisited adjacent node of A. Visit one of the unvisited adjacent node of A, for example B. After that, what you need to do? You need to search for the adjacent node of B, and next you need to visit unvisited adjacent node of B, one of the unvisited adjacent node of B. We need to continue doing this until we reach the dead end in that path. After that we need to backtrack, right? By looking at this, we can say we need to visit node or print node only once. Because here we can see we need to visit the one of the unvisited adjacent node of starting node or other nodes. But how to do that? How we will get to know that a node is already visited or not? For that, we can maintain a list or array of nodes which are already visited. Then when I want to visit a node, I can see whether that node is already present in that list or array. If it is already present in that list or array, that means that node is already visited. If it is not present in that list or array, then I can say that that node is not visited till now. So you can visit that node. So here in the program, we need a list or array, or I can take a set also. First I'll take the variable name as visited, and here I'll take a set. Here I'm creating an empty set. You can use a list also here to store the visited nodes. But in this program, set is slightly more efficient than the list. Next, what I need to do is I need to pass this as the second parameter to this DFS function. Now my question is, why can't I create this visited set inside the DFS function? Why to create that outside the function, and why I need to pass that as the parameter to the DFS function? That is because here we are writing a recursive function, right? Recursive function means we are calling the DFS function again and again. And at that time, we don't want to reset the value of visited set. That's why we need to define this outside the function. Alright, next, as we can see, we are traversing a graph. That's why here I'll pass graph also. Here graph is a dictionary. Okay, so these are the three parameters for the DFS function. Node, that is representing the starting node. Visited, it is a set. Initially it will be empty and it will store the visited nodes of the graph. And next, the third parameter is graph, that is a dictionary. Alright, so next what we need to do inside this function body. In the program, what I'll do is, before visiting any node, first I'll check whether that node is already visited. For every node, I'll do this. That is, I'll check whether that node is already visited. How to do that? Here we already have visited set. You can check like this. If node not in visited. If node is present in the visited, then this condition becomes false. That means node is already visited. So that time no need to do anything. That's why here I'll check if node not in visited. If the given node, the node which I want to visit, is not present in the visited set, then only I'll visit that. To visit that, I'll print that node. Okay, print that node. If the node, the given node is not present in the visited set, then print that node. Next, I'll mark that node as visited. Now here we can see we are printing the node. That means we are visiting that node. So now that node is visited. So what we need to do is we need to mark that node as visited. After visiting that node, we need to mark that node as visited. For that, I'll add that node to visited set. To add that, I'll use this visited.add node. We need to start the traversal operation from the starting node. So I'll take this as the starting node. What I need to do? I need to visit that. That means I'll print its data. After that, I need to mark this node as visited. For that, I'll add this to set. Next, what I need to do? I need to search adjacent node of A, right? Now, from where we will get the adjacent node of A? Here you can see in the dictionary, value of every key is nothing but the list of adjacent node of that node, right? Here A is adjacent to B, C, D. These are the adjacent node of A. After visiting A, if I want to get the adjacent node, what I need to do? I need to get the value of key A. How to access the value of a key in dictionary? You need to mention the dictionary name and key, right? And here you can see, because this is a list and I want to access every value, every node present in the list, I'll use a loop. So here I'll use a loop like this, for I in graph of node. So here graph of node will give you the list of adjacent node of the key node. For example, if node is A, we'll get the list of adjacent node of key A. That is a list, right? So to get the every value separately one by one, I'll use a loop on that. Initially, I value will be the first value present in the list. That is the first node present in the list. For example, here, so graph of A is this. So when I apply loop on this, initially I value will be the first value of this list, that is B. I value will be B. Okay, now what I need to do? I need to visit this node. Before that, I need to check whether this node is already visited. If it is already visited, then do nothing. If it is not visited, then print this node, mark this node as a visited, and check for its adjacent node. That is nothing but we are repeating these steps. We need to do the same thing for B now. That's why here I'll call DFS recursively for I. I is nothing but the first node of this list. And here you need to pass visited as well as graph. So now I is B in this example. Visited is a set which contains A now. Graph is the graph dictionary. And we are done. So what we are doing here is we are visiting every node recursively. And how this recursive function works, I'll explain about that in the next tutorial with example. Alright, so let's execute this and we'll see. So here I'll call this DFS. I'll take A as the starting node, and here I need to pass visited and also graph. Done. Here you can see every node of graph is visited in this order. If I take B as the starting node, okay. Now next, here if I mention a node which is not present in the graph, for example K is not present in the graph, here you can see. Now if you give this and if I execute this program, what will happen? Here you can see it will print K, then it will print an error. So to avoid this, what you can do is you can include a condition here. Before visiting a node, you can check whether that given node is present in graph. If node not in graph, if the given node is not present in the graph, that means that node is not present. So I'll print this message, and here I'll use return statement. So now if I execute this, here you can see it will print this message, node is not present in the graph. Alright. Next, we wrote this function for unweighted undirected graph. Now what if I want to write this program for weighted graphs? In the weighted graph, we'll use nested list as the value. In the dictionary, for weighted graph, we'll use value as nested list. That's why here, instead of calling I, you need to call I of 0, okay? Here I is representing an inner list. Inside that, the first value will be the node, adjacent node. That's why you need to mention I of 0. So this is about the DFS function. This is a recursive function, and understanding the working of recursive function is not easy. That's why in the next tutorial, I'll explain you this function line by line with the example. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will meet you in next class. Till then, take care and be safe.